Everyone, welcome to the Crafty Maven Getaway. I'm Desiree here on YouTube, and today is Stash It Monday. And since the holidays are coming up, I thought I would do a Christmas layout and especially use some of my Christmas products. Well, while I was going through them to see what I had, I didn't realize that I had 13 pizza boxes stuffed so bad that the lids could barely shut. And so I thought, this is perfect. I definitely need to stash bust this. So what I did was I grabbed my snowflake stencil, and then I started going through some products that I wanted to use, and that is where I found this Simple Stories Claus and Company collection. And I fell in love with this piece of paper right here. It's the wood crane. It has a very rustic look, which I'm obsessed with right now. And I definitely did not want to cover up the detail in the corner of that 12 by 12 paper. So when I grabbed my acrylic white paint, I used my stencil, and of course that did not give me a clear print. It basically just became one big muddled look. You could even tell that it was a snowflake. So I went through my stash to see what else I had, and then I had some modeling paste. So I used white modeling paste. However, again, it wasn't a true white. It was kind of sheer, as you can see on the black cardstock. So I thought, you know what, this is all I have. I'm not going to go to the store. The whole point of stash busting is using what you have. So then I put the modeling paste, or used the modeling paste with my stencil and put it on the wood grain. Now, a couple hours later, I was again going through products, and I went through one of my drawers and found that Bow Bunny glitter paste. And this is a problem that I'm having, and I hope I'm not the only one, of how much product that I actually own, that I forget a lot of times what I actually have. And that's why I want to stash bust and get through my supplies and not have them sit here anymore. So I was really happy that I found it, and off camera I had to take my time to make sure the stencil lined up exactly where I had it before, to go over that modeling paste with the glitter modeling paste from Bow Bunny. Next, to keep that rustic look, I thought I would tear some pattern paper and just have strips of pattern paper going about 1/4 underneath the photo. I didn't like that look, so I decided to use my border punch, and I thought I was going to use the one with the multiple stars. However, it's too much cream to be backed or to be on top of that wood grain. I needed something darker to pop, and that's where I flipped it over, and I really liked the green with the polka dots. Next, I went and looked through the sticker sheet, and that's where I fell in love with this little, like a string of lights 12 by 12 sticker, and it's not really a true 12 by 12 sticker. However, that does not bother me. And yes, I put foam adhesive on every single one of those lights. So I spared you from all that because, and it might seem a little excessive, but the reason why that I do that is because I don't want to have just a few and then the sticker actually dips from, you know, being an album, having weight put on the album, and then now it adheres to the cardstock. So applying all that foam adhesive prevents that from actually happening. Next, I wanted something else behind the photo, and I didn't want to put a whole lot. That's why I didn't choose any pattern paper to go behind the photos, because the photos itself has a lot going on behind my kids. And so I thought, you know what, I have doilies, and that to me screams rustic. It screams farmhouse. Like I said, I'm obsessed with right now. And so I decided to put some doilies. Now, I bought these doilies from Amazon. It came in, I don't know how many was in there, maybe 100, I guess. And it was in 3 different sizes. So I grabbed the largest one, and then I grabbed the next size down, which, hello Desiree, would be medium. Anyways, so here I am just adhering that one down. Like I said, I didn't want them to be parallel from one another. I wanted to have them a little offset, so I just lowered the one a little bit, but not too close to where it covered up the word joy, because I definitely, like I said, wanted to keep those details on that page. So here I am adhering those strips of paper down, and then I'm going to apply the photos using different adhesive. The story behind those photos, I wanted to create some traditions for my kids, and we don't have a whole lot of family here, so it was really important for me to create those traditions, to create these memories for them. And so I asked a lot of my friends, what are some of your Christmas traditions? And so a lot of them gave me ideas, a lot of great ideas, and I wrote them all down. I actually made a little advent calendar where every day we do something. And one of them was going to the store and picking out ornaments. So there is this store that is really well known during Christmas time. It's only during Christmas time. And they have a ton of trees. I want to say there's like 30 something trees, and they're all different themed. I mean, like down to like mermaid ones, princess ones, you know, you name it, each one is themed. And so when my husband and I took the kids there, we were shocked to find a Santa Claus sleigh. I'm not kidding you, in front of the store. And so they got in it. Of course, I had to take a picture. I'm a scrapbooker. And still to this day, when we go there, I still have them climb in and they still take a photo. And so far, they're always still wanting to do it. But I know there's going to be a time when they're not going to want to do it anymore. And I'm just glad I captured that. But yeah, we go there, and so far the kids keep going to the same tree, which is the candy tree or the sweet tree. And they always pick out sweet ornaments. Next, I went through the stash or the papers from this collection, and I found this one. And there's that wood grain. But it had a whole bunch of circles on it, and I knew that I would never use this as a whole 12 by 12. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to cut out the circles. And on my workspace was this Claus from when I used it last time, which I can't even think of how long ago. And I thought, you know, I'm going to use the Claus so that way I don't destroy the paper just cutting into it to cut all these circles. So I did kind of a little trial run and wanted to see how it would turn out. Loved it, and thought, you know what, why don't I do that for all of them? Now, I'm not going to have you watch me cut out every single circle, but I just wanted you to see how I did it. And then I'm going to show you how it looked in the end after cutting out each and every one of those. Does anyone still have their Claus? I mean, it was like a genius idea without, like I said, ruining your paper. So there's that paper. And I'm going to show you why I'm still going to keep it, because I could use it as a frame. I do this quite often with layouts where I will frame a pattern paper or a solid colored cardstock behind one of my layouts. I really like the look of it. And so I don't do it this time around, but I definitely am going to save it for another layout. Next, I'm going to, oops, as I dropped something, cut that branding strip off. And then I'm going to move on to the title. And I knew right away that I wanted to use part of that detail that says joy and use that word as part of my title. And so I thought of pure joy, because my kids till this day still have so much joy going into that store and finding their ornaments. So I went through my stash and found these My Mind's Eye stickers. And then I thought about using the red foil one, but I ended up going back to the cream just because it just adds a little bit more interest. It's not all the same. It's not so uniformed. I like that look where I use different types of letters and different styles. And so, oh, that's right. I was like, why am I throwing my hands up? As I'm putting them down, I realized, wait a minute, I have a uppercase and lowercase. You know, when you see that size of a sheet, you're just thinking you're only getting one, you know, either lowercase or uppercase. And so when I saw that, I'm like, no, I need to make the T or the P capitalized, and then the rest of the letters lowercase. Now I am using a different type of tool. This is new. Jenny Garcia uses this all the time in her project life. It is Tombow, but it's all in Japanese writing. It's a calligraphy pen, and so she uses it all the time. And I asked her where she got it. I got it on Amazon, and she makes it look so easy when she puts down her letter stickers. Now, of course, I'm going to try to do it, and it's not so easy. One of them just came right off. So I'm sure it's just it just takes practice, and I'll master it. But it really is a lot like the American Craft Thickers alignment. I don't know, that tool that comes with like 3 different ones. It's like a curved one, you get a straight ruler, and then like a heely one. I have it, I just never have used it, because usually when I use thickers, I have to adhere it down anyways with glue, especially the chipboard ones. Not so much the foam ones, but definitely the chipboard ones. Okay, and once I get all that down, I'm going to then go through those circle die cut embellishments that I cut out and layer them up. I almost used the one with the mistletoe. However, I'm going to use the one with the foil pinstripes, and then I'm going to use the other one with the words that says, it's actually a music note sheet and a music sheet, and that has the Jingle Bells song on it. So I like that. And then I went through some flares. Now I was really excited to use a flare because for those of you who don't know, I don't know if it's where I live, but all of my flares tend to rust, and it's only certain companies. But the Studio Calico ones and Cocoa Vanilla have never rusted on me. So I was excited to use one of those, and I thought about, or I did use the one with a Santa Claus on it, and it's an image of Santa Claus on printed paper, which is really cool. And to me, it kind of went along with the music notes because it's got print on it. And even though they're two different tones of colors, that does not bother me because I honestly love like cream and white and off-white, all those mixed, especially for home decor stuff. I just love the look of that. So I'm going to layer that up, and then I'm going to add the chipboard, and I'm going to call that good. And then that's pretty much it, guys. I was really excited to go through a lot of my stash. Well, not a lot, but used somewhat some of my stash. And yeah, hopefully I inspired you to use up your stash or get you into scrapping some of the holidays right now. I know I definitely got to get caught up on 2 years of my December daily of last year's and this year, or no, 2016 and 15. So I have to scrapbook those. Those are for another day. But this layout that I did tonight, I absolutely love. It was the rustic look that I was going for, and I delivered it to myself. And so I'm very, very happy with this layout. And I hope you guys are too, and I hope that I inspired you to use up your stash. And if you like what you saw tonight, be sure to hit that subscribe button with the Crafty Maven Getaway, because we have a bunch of talented designers who have their own style. And if you like my style, be sure to check the link below. I will link it up to my YouTube channel. I would love to have you there, and you all have a great night. Talk to you soon. Bye.